Hi, I'm John Noser. This is Gen Con 2013 for BGG TV. We're looking at trains and stations of WizKids. This is Scott D'Agostino, and he's going to run through the game with us.
Thank you very much for having me. We're demoing trains and stations here. It's a first opportunity for people to really sit down and play through the game. It does release at Essen in October, and then will be available for retail sale right afterwards, the week afterwards in October.
In the United States?
In the United
States,
yep. We have just a quick run through of the gameplay here. It's a very light train-themed game that has dice as the main component.
Cool.
These are your resources that you're going to be rolling during the course of the game. And this is...
Keep going.
You have, it's a Euro-style game where you're collecting victory points. At the end of the game, you'll count up who has the most victory points.
Okay.
You will be able to get these goods cards that have different victory point numbers at the bottom.
Okay.
And that's going to be how many you would get at the end of the game if you have the most of that type of good. So at the end of the game, you're going to say, okay, who has the most cattle? Who has the most coal? Who has the most workers? There's also these other goods cards here that are you will upgrade to when the first ones run out.
Okay.
They're worth
gold,
more and more as they go.
Gold, silver, and food.
Yep.
Finally, food gets its due as one of the better resources.
Absolutely, yeah. You need to feed your workers, you know.
Exactly.
And once you go through the cattle, you can upgrade to food because that's what happens to cattle.
Fair enough.
So the dice that you roll here, you would draw five dice and roll them and see what you get, and go ahead and give it a shot here. So you have a couple of symbols here. You have two of the mines, which is great. This will give you 2/3 of the way to building a mine. You need to roll a third one. You also have a couple of trains. Trains you put on the board to connect cities, and you have a lock train. Now you can spend coins to re-roll dice, and but you can't re-roll the lock dice, so you could go for that.
Locks.
Exactly. You could go for another mine.
Ooh, money!
Oh, you got money. Let's try one more here. You spend the other coin that you have, roll that again, and there you go.
Sweet.
So you completed a mine. You would then be able to build one of your mines on. I'm grabbing the wrong color. You'd be able to build a mine on a city here.
Okay.
You'd also then have the dice that you'd be able to. I'm going to cheat a little bit here and put that there, and be able to place the dice on the board to connect cities together.
Okay.
And when you connect those cities together, everybody who has dice in that track is going to score a victory point.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how many you have in that regards. But then there's bonus points that happen at the bottom.
Okay.
That could be either bonus dice that you can roll, bonus victory points, or bonus of these power cards. And the person who has the most along the track would get those bonuses.
Okay. So how do I get my? Do I get these dice back, or once I put it on the board, am I losing that dice?
Once it scores. Once it scores and the tracks are complete, they will come back and off the board back into people's collection to replenish your pool of dice, because you start off with 8 dice.
Okay.
The other thing that would happen when the cities are connected, you just built this mine, so you would get one of these worker cards.
And this is any time a city with my mine is connected, I'm going to get one of these.
Yep.
So you want to get those out early.
Building those, and this all happens even if it's not your turn. If that city is connected, that mine is gonna pay off.
So there's gonna be a lot of give and take. I'm gonna be helping you, but am I gonna be helping myself more? And okay, I like that.
Exactly.
I like that.
You just hit the nail right on the head. It's selective cooperation. As you're doing your turn, you're gonna say, well, I want to make sure that I'm getting the most victory points out of this turn.
Yes.
And then hopefully on other people's turns, I'm getting a little as well. There's also other ways of scoring victory points. There's route cards. That once these are connected, doesn't matter even if it's on your turn. If Miami to Boston's connected and you connected it, I can say, oh, you connected Miami to Boston, thank you very much. I'm gonna have 5 victory points at the end of the game.
Oh, so you have to be careful about that too. Okay.
Yeah, and when you see people laying dice, you can kind of guess of like, I think they're trying to.
I'm not gonna help them out so much. Okay, well, I like that.
And when you connect cities, you can also actually sort of stymie them by connecting routes to get the dice off the board.
If they're trying to go to Detroit and then all of a sudden I go to New York and then all of a sudden they have this one dice sitting there and they have to,
start again, yeah.
Oh, so there's a lot of, there's even a bluffing element in this.
There is, yeah.
Okay,
yep.
cool.
So that's the basic rundown. There's 3 different types of buildings that you can build. The coin, if you roll the coins, that gives you more coins to be able to re-roll like we were doing. And then the push your luck mechanic is that there were the lock trains.
Yeah.
If you were to roll 3 of them, your workers go on strike, and you lose 3 victory points.
Wow.
And you can't roll anymore. So that's the very quick run through of trains and stations.
Cool. This looks awesome. So this is going to be an Essen release, but it's going to be released in the U.S. What, 1 or 2 weeks after?
It'll be mid-October.
Mid-October.
Week
cool.
after Essen.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. Again, this is Trains and Stations by WizKids, and I'm again speaking with Scott D'Agostino. Thank you very much. This actually looks really good.
Oh, it's a blast.